It's 6:51 a.m. now. Here are the top stories you need to know before you leave the house today. It's been a busy 3 days for the GM LORDSTOWN members of UAW 1112.
Our cameras were there when union leadership left for Detroit Friday to speak with national leadership, and the aftermath of that meeting is a new attitude and strategy in dealing with General Motors. Local 1112 President Dave Green met with union members Sunday at their union hall in LORDSTOWN. No one's allowed to share any specifics discussed in any of the meetings, but the members First News spoke with say they are optimistic for the future.
Happening today, former President George H.W. Bush will lie in state in the Capitol Rotunda in Washington, D.C. His body will be there starting tonight through Wednesday morning. A funeral service will be held at Washington's National Cathedral. Bush died Friday night in his Houston home at the age of 94.
6:52 now. Trumbull County dispatchers tell First News firefighters rescued 2 women from an SUV that plunged into the Mahoning River this morning. It happened near Highland Court and South Street in Warren. Firefighters say the women were driving on a path along railroad tracks when the path ended. The SUV went over an embankment and into the river. The vehicle is still partially in the water right now. We have more details coming up on First News on Fox Morning Edition. 2 people were arrested Saturday accused of having a meth lab at a laundromat on Main Street in Columbiana. Columbiana police officers were called after getting a report of suspicious activity. Police say they found 2 people getting into a car with meth manufacturing paraphernalia and chemicals. Wendy Hunley and Christopher Bowersock are now facing drug charges.
This week, city leaders in Campbell will vote on what to do about the water system. EPA regulations require the plant be upgraded to stay in compliance. At a town hall Saturday, city leaders discussed 3 options to pay for these upgrades: zero-interest loans, buy water from the Youngstown Water Department, or sell the system to a place like Aqua, Ohio.
A Youngstown police officer is recovering after being punched in the face. This is Derek Moore. He's accused of trying to force himself into a bar in downtown Youngstown. The police say he punched the doorman, then punched an officer. Moore allegedly continued the fight while officers were trying to get him into the cruiser. Officers say Moore told them the next time he would bring a gun and shoot the officers. He's charged with attacking a police officer and resisting arrest.
As Jewish people around the world lit candles yesterday to mark the start of Hanukkah, the Tree of Life Synagogue in Pittsburgh also held its own special ceremony. A menorah lighting was held at the synagogue where 11 people died in a mass shooting in October. The White House also illuminated the national menorah in a ceremony yesterday.
5 people are recovering after a shooting this weekend in Miami. A suspect fired several bullets near a liquor store, hitting 5 people. There's no word right now on where the shooter is this morning. 4 of the 5 people shot did not have life-threatening injuries. And as of yesterday afternoon, 1 of the victims is still in critical condition.
Former NBA player Eric Murdoch filed a lawsuit against United Airlines. In this lawsuit, Murdoch accuses an airline employee of, quote, race baiting. Murdoch says the employee verbally attacked him because he's black. The reported incident happened on a United flight from Las Vegas to Newark.
People in the Midwest still cleaning up this morning after a string of tornadoes over the weekend. This tornado was part of a swarm that hit Illinois Saturday. And at least 100 homes were damaged and more than 20 people were hurt. A handful of tornadoes also touched down in parts of Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Missouri.
Happening today, the Sojourner House in Youngstown will get a $20,000 grant from Mary Kay. The Mary Kay Foundation announced it's awarding $3 million in grants to domestic violence shelters all across the country. This year, more than 1,200 organizations applied for those shelter grants.
The Youngstown Playhouse's fastest selling show yet, Mamma Mia, showed to some massive crowds this past weekend. There are still a small amount of tickets left for the last 5 shows. The Playhouse added 2 matinee shows. If you call for a ticket and they tell you the show is sold out, so remember, people do cancel all the time. Seats do open up, so make sure to keep checking back to see if tickets are available.
One of the victims of a 9-vehicle crash in Lawrence County this week is wanting to find the person who helped her. It happened Wednesday night in Slippery Rock Township. 8 people had to go to the hospital. The victim wants to find the woman who stayed there until EMS arrived.
First responders spread some Christmas joy around the valley this last weekend. Springfield Township firefighters and Santa Claus himself came together to raise money and collect toys for kids. It's the 10th year the fire station there in Springfield Township has done this.
And the big deal today is the dramatic change, actually. Yesterday's official high was 63 in the afternoon. Today, our high is this morning in the 40s, dropping to the 30s this afternoon. And we've got some light rain around. That's going to be mixing with snow for a while and change to snow for tonight. We'll go from 43 to the 30s this afternoon, 27 tonight, and then tomorrow, high of 32 with mostly cloudy skies.